Hi, I'm the Artsy Crafter. Today I want to show you my Christmas ornaments. I have two packages for you to choose from. So one package includes all of the fun, whimsical icons for Christmas. So you can see hats and reindeer and gingerbread man. And the other also includes that and 3 religious options. All of the ornaments have 4 sides. So let me just find Mrs. Claus here. You can see one side, I've drawn you something. The second side, there's something for the students to color. A third side left blank, so the students can write whatever they want. And a fourth side, some sort of writing activity. They're all set up exactly the same way, all right? I hope you love them. Stick around, I'll show you how to make them. Okay, I think we're ready to begin. So the first thing I want you to do is choose a template. And all of the templates are set up exactly the same way. So there's something I've created, then I've added a graphic, then I've left a writing activity for the students to complete, and then one spare side of the ornament for students to do whatever they want to do with, okay? So what I want you to do, choose one of the 10 templates, color it, and complete any of the writing activities or any other artwork that you want to do. And then come on back and I'll show you how I want you to cut this. Okay, you're back. So it must mean you've colored everything and you've completed your writing activities and anything else you wanted to do. So now you're going to cut. And basically all I want you to do is cut along the outside edges of your template and making sure you leave the stem of the ornament on. Okay, so go all the way around. Here's one I've started to do, and here's one I have already finished. So this is the wreath. So again, do you see how I've done that? I've gone around everything, leaving the stem. Don't worry about the inside, we'll do that in a minute. So go ahead and do your cutting. Okay, in this next step now, we're going to make our folds. So the first thing I want you to do is fold vertically. And so I want you to just turn it upside down and line up your edges as best you can and crease here. So I left you a fold line, but if you're a little bit inaccurate there, don't worry about it. Then you can adjust later, okay? All right, now, next on these horizontal lines. So again, keep it upside down, and you have 3 folds. So what I do on this first one, I put it in place, and then I pinch in the middle, pinch on either side, and then run my finger along this. And notice these should line up perfectly here, okay? So basically it's the other side of the ornament. Turn it around and do the same thing on this side. So I line it up and I pinch in the middle and then a little bit on the other side, and then with my finger crease. And last thing, you're going to do the same thing in the middle here. So just line up these 2 edges. I didn't leave you a crease line there, but see that? I line them up and then I fold here. Okay, then I want you to turn it upside down and fold all of those lines the other way now. That way, all of our folds will be really flexible. So there's one done. Again, you can see where it lines up perfectly. Okay, and there's 2, and then line up the entire thing, and there's 3. Okay, and like I said, they're all done exactly the same way. So here's the wreath. I would do the same thing. Fold it this way, and then do your horizontals. So fold it 3 times. There's ones. Okay, I want to get that really accurate. There we go. There's ones. You slide it up all the way to the top. Twice. And on this one, 3 times. And then, like I said, as soon as you have that done, I want you to turn it upside down and fold the lines back on themselves again. So you'll have 3 more folds, okay? So there's 1, slide it up, 2, so it doesn't matter which of the ornaments you chose, they're all folded exactly the same way. So you go ahead and make your folds and come on back when you have that done, and then I'll show you how we're going to glue. Okay, let me show you how you're going to glue. So you've done all your folds, and what you're going to do now is fold this in half, okay? And I place it on my desk so that the crease is away from me. Fold it, and then with this crease, just fold that back. And again, you see how everything just lines up perfectly. And with my fingers, I recrease. Now what I'm going to do is glue. And I want to put glue here. So on the bottom portion of the ornament, but only on this 1/2 of it. So that's really important. So watch me first. So I go around all the edges, and I only come to that crease line, right? I'm not going to glue past that. So I put all my glue in there. Whoopsies. Okay, just to that crease line, and then basically close this like you would a sandwich, okay? And then just keep that portion there folded back. So I'll give you a minute to glue that, or why don't I show you again with the wreath, okay? So same thing here, okay? What you're going to do is take this and fold it in half, making sure everything is lined up beautifully. I put the crease away from me. Then I fold this back, and again, you see how everything lines up perfectly. If it doesn't, now's your chance to fix it, okay? So there it is, perfectly. Now I open that flap, and I put glue on the bottom portion, but only to that crease line. So again, watch what I do. I just put glue all the way on the bottom here, all the way around, only to that crease line. Go all the way around that ornament. And then again, you can just close that up like you would close a sandwich. Again, you see how that I didn't glue those two shut. So you go and do that first gluing, and then come back, and we're going to cut this portion out. Okay, let's go ahead and cut. Now I'm going to just cut around whatever ornament you have, and just coming up to the stem of that ornament, okay? So here's one of the items I've already cut out, and notice I leave the stem. On this one, and a couple of them, in a minute we're going to do a little bit of trimming as well, okay? But let me just show you with the root off. I cut closer to the handle than the tip because I find that easier. So I have this portion glued, right? And I'm just going to cut around everything as accurately as possible. And notice how I just maneuver the object I'm working on so that it's easier for me to cut. Now the reason I decided to show you the root off today is because I think it's one of the trickier ones to cut. And so I thought I would show you that one. You can do this one, you can do any of them. And if you have any little trimming to do, that's a good time to do it, okay? So do you see what I mean by leaving that stem on? So off you go, and you cut that one, and I will go and cut the wreath so you can see what that one looks like. Okay, you've cut it out, so now it should look like this one here. I'm just going to set that aside. I cut the wreath, and in some spots now you might want to do a little bit of extra trimming. So see in there, I just want to cut out that portion. And those are glued together, so that's going to be perfect now. And I already glued the gifts together. And you see on this bottom portion here, you don't want to leave that. So go ahead on yours, just check it out and see if there's anything there that you want to trim off. Okay? Come on back when you have your trimming done, and then we're going to do the last step. Okay, we're ready for the next step. So you've got your ornaments cut out. All of them are done with a little dark line halfway through the stem. Do you see that? And what you're going to do is take your scissors and cutting close to the handle, I want you to take your ornament and cut on that line right there and cut so you stop at the dashed line. Okay, so all the same thing. Cut to the center. So come on back when you have that done. Okay, last step is the final gluing. So you've got the notch. All you're going to do is now put this flat on your desk, and I put the notch away from me, and I open this up one more time. I crease the edges really well, and now I just glue one side. So I'm going to glue the entire right side here, coming up just halfway up the stem and going all the way around the ornament, and some glue in the middle. And then what I do is face it toward me and then just shut this like a sandwich. So I peel that back and I start on one side in the top here. Notice I just line up all of this side, and then obviously the other side will work perfectly. So you've got your ornament finished. Okay, let me show you one more time. So here I am, I've got the notch. I put the notch away from me. I open and I crease really well. And then I put glue just on one side. For me, it's easiest to do it on the right side. And I place the ornament away from me and I close, starting here at that notch. And I line up, I start at the top left side and I line everything up, and then I crease it really well. So you go through that and then open up all of your sides. Okay, you go have a look, make sure you did that right, and then come on back and I'm going to show you how to flatten them. Okay, I wanted to show you what I meant by flattening. Now, some of these ornaments, like the gift box, it has a flat bottom. So you can see all I did is punch a hole and put a little ribbon through it so I can hang that on my Christmas tree. But some of these others with a round bottom, I just took my scissors and I snipped off a slice on the bottom so that I could stand up my Christmas ornaments if I decided I didn't want to hang them, okay? Hope you love your Christmas ornaments, and remember, 2 packages to choose from. Number 1, without the religious option, and number 2 with 3 religious ornaments as well. All right, enjoy and have a great holiday season.